Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe in great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And if you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. As with all matters of your heart, you'll know where to find it. Said by Steve Jobs. A very good morning to everyone present here. Honorable Dean Professor Dr. V.R. Subramania, our beloved Director Dr. V.J. Praneshwaran, and all the faculty members of the CMR University School of Legal Studies, and my beloved friends. I, Shashank, a student of BBA LLB 10th semester, on behalf of CMR University School of Legal Studies, welcome you all in this engaging session on understanding in-house legal practice. Today, we gather here to delve into the realm of in-house legal counsel, as we understand the multifaceted role and responsibilities of an in-house counsel, exploring the nuances, corporate governance, regulatory compliance, risk management, dispute resolution, and so much more. As we navigate through the complexities of modern corporate legal landscape with our special guest tonight, we are honored to have with us today Mr. Alok Sinha, Senior Legal Counsel, Hindustan Unilever Limited. Mr. Alok is a CMR Law School graduate from 2007 to 2012 batch. He has around 12 years of experience as an in-house legal counsel. He started his career with Jyoti Laboratories in 2012 and then joined Hindustan Unilever Limited in 2013, where he continues to work till date. During his professional career, he has dealt with a variety of issues and matters such as all kinds of corporate, civil, and criminal litigation, e-commerce laws, data privacy, competition laws, international investigation, and audits for affirming compliance and companies' policy, brand protection against the way of rate against counterfeit products for intellectual property enforcement, indirect taxation, etc. He has also worked with several managers and acquisition for Hindustan Unilever Limited, such as merger of Hindustan Unilever Limited with GSK Consumer Products Limited, which was the biggest FMCG company merger in India. Now I request our beloved Dean Sir to hand over bouquet as a token of gratitude. It is indeed an honor to have you, sir. Sir, I welcome you once again to share your valuable insights. We are all sure that it will be a very good learning experience to all of us at the stage also.
So, I think good morning to all. Thank you, Subramania sir, for Captain and for this opportunity. I always find ways to come back and try to see if I can make slight difference, to share something which I have learned over a period of time. Because some years back I was just one of the students sitting here, and by looking at your faces I can understand what you guys think, because I used to be in the same frame of mind. So good one. I will not try to make it boring. I'll try to connect with you guys, because I always feel that if we are not connecting, then we are not learning. And so my essential thought process, we'll go into the learning part of it, but before that, as I told you, connect part, I try to share with you about myself first, and I would want you guys to open up and engage. Don't worry about anything as such. One of the first fears when I was taking up law and enjoying, I had a fear. Still also when I start, I had a fear of public speaking a lot. But the day I joined, and because obviously I tried to get into NLs and all, as everybody tried, I could not. And after 10 years, I realized the reason I could not, which I talked to. But thank God that I got into this college, because I promised myself that I'm going to do things which make me feel good. So the first day when I was staying in the freshers day, I was the first student to go on stage. I was shivering, but I thought, okay, let's see. Once or twice, then I overcome that. So after that, that mindset has stayed with me. And I would want you guys to look at this with that mindset only. Because if I am able to make difference in thought process of any one of you, I think my visit here or my aim will be achieved. Because I really want to give back to this college, which made me to realize my potential. Now, most of the time it is that things don't come out of play. You have to figure it out in your mind. So with that, I will just start. This one slide talks about my journey. These are the places which I am basically from Ranchi, Jharkhand, where I did my schooling. Moved to Bangalore. I think Jamshedpur I have mentioned because I played a lot of cricket there. I still play because that's my passion. Every Saturday, Sunday, I'm still playing. And if you guys want to join me, you can join. I'm still very fast at bowling. So, yeah. So I played a lot later in Jamshedpur. My wife is from Jamshedpur. That's why it's a dear city for me. Bangalore, I think Bangalore, I used to say Bangalore is where I found myself because after a lot, I wanted to become a cricketer. Then I, always found reason to fail myself. And when I came to Bangalore, 1 year I was actually preparing. First started preparing engineering, then strangely law looked very clear to me. So I started pursuing law and had an objective, then gave exams. But the 1 year that I wasted, and after my 12th, I never used to get sleep because I used to always feel my friends are doing something, I'm not doing. So I used to sleep at 2 or 3 in the night, thinking one day I used to stay near Medina and I used to keep trucks passing in the highway. I was thinking what is happening in my life. But that hard 1 year made me realize that now I need to take things in my control because I have been a quitter in my life previously to that. For example, when I used to go to write exam, I used to think cricket में career है तो exam कैसे भी चलेगा. Cricket में ज़्यादातर पढ़ाई कर लेंगे. Sorry if I go into Hindi for some times because few of my humor is mostly associated with my language, so ignore that. So essentially, when I came to this college, I made promise I will do things my way. I will try and see if my mindset changed, the way I want to do things, how to make any difference. And it helped. It helped. And I got every support from the college, I should say. I was never denied anything because I wanted to do things, try new things. All opportunities were there. It's for you to create, not for anyone to give you. Chennai, again, a different thing. When I joined, I started working in Bangalore. I got my job in Chennai, Hindustan Unilever. And that company itself has made me a professional what today I am. I had a lot of appreciations about it. I mean, we all have. People do not think about South and how we operate. South will think about North. But I had very clear that I can work anywhere. And I want you guys to have that mindset only. That you can work anywhere in India. Every person, if you have right thoughts for everybody will accept you and you will be working. So Ranchi has anyways a connection with Chennai. So I went to Chennai. I had a wonderful time in Chennai. First, I had a lot of apprehension. If I tell you, I used to think it would be very hot, I will not survive. That was the first notion that I had. It was very long. So when first day I went, I was like, already because in my mind I was feeling heat, so I started feeling more hot. I went to the guest house and sometimes the geyser was on. Like quickly went to take shower and I took shower with hot water. And I could not believe that in Chennai anybody can install a geyser. Because I was not thinking anybody will have a geyser. But then that was the initial start. But when I started interacting with people, I made friends with even the auto walas. We both never knew our language, but we knew what we are saying. So you need to have that purity in your heart for people. They don't even accept. Many times, one of my friends was saying, why don't they make good chapatis here? I said, why should they make for you? They eat something else. Why don't you enjoy that? Similar, the mindset you need to change. You need to accept. First thing to learn about a place is enjoy their food. Whenever I used to come to college, my idli and vada used to come here. Still today I like it. It used to come in only 12 rupees and I used to enjoy every morning. That was the breakfast for 5 years. I used to survive with 20 rupees a day at that time. So these things teach you a lot in life. So I just want you guys to keep that in also perspective. Now next, I joined in Chennai. I had to go through entire Kerala to learn. Now again, language barrier. So I had my friend who was scholarship. I used to keep my phone. Thankfully, phones had come that time. I used to call and I used to give him phone to tell him where to go. But I used to interact. I used to start from Cochin, go there. From Cochin, I used to go to Kottayam, come back, then go to Calicut, go to Manantapadi, a mountain you have to cross for a port. Go to Manantapadi, come back. Then from there, go to Malappuram, which is again 40 kilometers from there. Come back, then go to Trivandrum, finish my trip, and come back to Chennai. This I used to do every second week. I used to do this. And I used to meet all people, all guys, all alone. One of the instances happened that a warehouse was in issue. So I called the depot, the warehouse guy. I want to come. He thought that I am just some fellow. So I might not have money. So he told me to catch bus. He told me 2 buses. So I caught one bus, was fine. Second bus also I caught. He dropped me there. I looked at my phone, there is no network. And I could not, in the middle of jungle, that warehouse, I could not find where to go, which direction to go. But thankfully, this company that which I work, everybody knows, people were able to direct me. But I had those situations also. But those are also fun because I never depressed myself that why this is happening. I just enjoy this. And finally, the city where I am today, Bombay, or Mumbai, you should say. Again, mindset was again there by going how it is survived. House rents are very high, traffic is very big. But I always look at the positive side. I say, whatever may be, if so many people are able to do things well, I'm definitely going to do something for myself as well. So it all went, and I have been there for good 10 years. So I never faced problem anywhere across countries where I travel length of Gujarat also I travel areas. I've never got any negative thoughts to come to my mind. This is something which I call my life, and this is my family. I think wife and my son. So this is my passion. As I was telling you, cricket. I keep playing it. This was when I am Bangalore. I was playing with them. Wherever I go, I have a team across India. I have a team in Bangalore today also. It plays behind Garden City College there. Wherever I go, I have a team to play. In Chennai, I have a team. In Ranchi, I have a team. In Jamshedpur, I have a team. In Bombay, I have a team. I even go to Hyderabad sometimes. There I also have a team. So I always carry my passion with me. Why? Very important for you guys while you're busy in your life. This 2 or 3 hours of cricket that I play, it's a cut-off for me. That recharges me for the next week. And I'm fresh again with fresh thoughts. So you guys need to figure out what is that 2 hours that you can give, which you love the most. Every week you need to have that. And the other thing I realized that, when exams used to come, we used to think that in one night I'll cover everything. But the simple logic we never understood, that if you attend classes only, and you only give half an hour a day as a routine, you will never bother to do that. But that half an hour, when I passed out, then I realized that such a systematic way of looking at things was not there. That you learn with experience. I don't expect it to happen. But being slightly lenient on you is also fine. I used to have a ball after exam. 1 month I never used to touch books only. But I used to always to teacher to show that I am studious. But I had my time of fun also. And you guys also deserve that. You guys need to relax and study, but have a positive mindset. Always tell me also, I interact with, and I was telling sir, interact with LLS guys who are going to intern under me, and I generally have something that, I'll show you. So I give them difficult work only, but they have a mindset. So they have a mindset there, even if they don't know things, they believe they know it. And belief is a very powerful thing. If you guys believe that, I will be able to figure this out, today everything is available online. The research is very simple. If you guys start believing, all information is available with you. Today, any topic, but you need to have your basics correct. And basics in law is very, very, very clear. What is basics in law? Law is always about reason. Zul sir used to call me John Hastings Jr. Because I was always believe when you read jurisprudence, there is also a story on reason. That law has come out actually from reason, but absolutely bang on point. If you are able to think something reasonable, you will to define law. For example, take a common example. Okay, let's take murder's definition. And I used to read like that manner only. Okay, if somebody has killed somebody, then he should be given punishment. Okay, that's the logic. Reason is that he should be punished, but he was not aware, by mistake it happened. Then something less should happen. And now, but the reason why he did mistake was he intoxicated voluntarily. Then again his fault is that something else should happen. This kind of reasoning, simple reasoning will help you. Similarly with the new data law, what is data? You gave somebody your data, you would want some responsibility or not. It's the same reasoning that just like you have this baseline, you'll be able to do and understand any upcoming law as well. You will be able to give suggestion. Only have your basics. And I will talk about this logic from few things which come ahead. My beliefs, most important. Look, one of the things I understood while I was, going through a tough time, initially when I was figuring out my career and also, really surviving on bare amount of cash. I understood that, look, we find problems. Think of your childhood now. In my childhood, my school and my exams used to be my IITs more. I said, nothing can be a biggest problem in this. When I passed on school, finding college became my problem. So then I thought, okay, now I found college, then my job became my problem. I found job, then finding a girl to marry became my problem. Then kid, then house, then problems keep continuing. Life is about problems. So if you look problem as a roadblock, but overcoming them makes life interesting. If you're not having problems in life, you're not living life. So as and when problem comes, think that life is going well. something good is happening in life. Because the fun and thrill will be that only. I can look back in years today and I can tell you I can enjoy those problems which I conquered. That gives me experience. So face problem, never be afraid. Whenever you see problematic situation, even today I am the first one. And today the trend is within my company today, whatever is the problem or a difficult situation, they will call me. If they have to file a criminal complaint or anything, you have to track the police, joint commission, I am the one who goes. Because I have absolutely no fear, because I know we'll figure out how to solve this. So I want you guys to have that mindset. Never be afraid to face problems at all. Please welcome them and try to overcome them. You will, even if you fail, you will find a new reason. You will understand, okay, this is the way I failed, this is the way it could happen. That is how we will learn. Nobody will come and give you knowledge and power. You will have to create your own experience, your own journey. Many of us become competitive. Create your own journey. Just be positive about things that happen in life. If you look at the other thing I talked about, there are fundamentally two things you guys should believe. Always stay positive. There are two fundamental realities in life. Positive energy and negative energy. What is positivity? You go to temples, why do you feel positive about it? People come with hope. People think something good happens. So that place reflects a lot of positive energy. You go to a place where burial happens. People come with a lot of sorrow, a lot of negativity again. Simply anger. Anger is negativity. And I always dissuade myself whenever I'm angry not to react. Anger is fire. It not only burns the person whom you are showing it, it burns you as well. You need to be very, very clear and tell yourself that I'm going to deflect all negativity and I'm going to stay positive in every situation. And if you stay positive, only positive things are going to happen and you will find solutions which you will surprise yourself. And finally, anybody knows about this person? He is one of the stories that I want you guys to read. Read about terror attacks. His story is so interesting. Look at the mindset this person has and why I have kept it. Similarly, I have mentioned my purpose. Usually, my purpose is always to be a sport in every situation. It means to be balanced. No matter what situation happens, I keep myself stable and I tackle that. I always take, even if I am succeeded today, I am still grounded. Even if I would have failed, then I would have been grounded. That's very plain. My life always goes like this. So, terrorist attacks, why I wanted to share with you guys. This guy was a very good shooter. He used to shoot and he all slated to be an Olympic champion in 1938 or so. But World War broke and unfortunately what happened, one day one grenade just got exploded in his right hand which he used to shoot. For him, if an athlete loses an arm, especially a shooter, it's a precision game. Even they have to manage their breathing. 3-minute breathing, 2-minute, that's so much precision that shooting has. So he used to shoot with pistol. So this guy lost his arm. Now all should have been gone. Everybody wrote him out that everything is over. You know what happened after war? 1949 Olympic, and after that, 50s whatever the Olympic had happened after 2 years. He came 10 world number and told him why you have come. This guy, in those 10 years, learned shooting from his left arm. And the world champion was laughing at him that why you have come at that point of time. He won that Olympics and created a world record there. So then there were people who think he came next year again created a world record. So people can either grip on a situation or can find ways to succeed. So it's upon you which way you want to choose today. You will pass out, you want people to come and hand it over to you, or you want to really be the best one. If 10,000 lawyers are there, if I go there, I'll say I'm best of one of them. I'm the best. And I will take challenge with the best of them because even if I lose, I'm going to learn something. So have that mindset, challenge the topmost guy, whoever is there, because you are all to gain. Can you guys see me where I was? I was 58 kilos there. You are able to find me, no? Very difficult today. Definitely growing grey hair so that people take me seriously. It's a boon or bane of our profession. So this was my batch. I had people from Assam, Bhutan, and I know first day when I entered I was really shocked. So I was expecting something. I took all people from Bhutan and Assam. I was surprised that I had come to South, I had gone to the northeastern side. And we all have, I was having all those questions about everybody when I had come. Is that when I had my revelation, I understood that what emotions we carry. And I made such wonderful friends with them. I had such wonderful time over the years with them. Still we are connected and I struggle with the names of them because all boy and girl both have Sonam. So I don't know whom to call Sonam. and one of my friends' name was Kinley. I was not able to recollect what his name. So he came and kept the Kinley bottle and said, I am Kinley. Okay. Then we have three people from Tanzania. Now I was not so good in English, right? And their accent I was not able to, they are asking for a notebook. And I'm thinking what they are asking for. I kept on seeing for 15 minutes and said, notebook. I said, okay. So, you all have, but end of the day, obviously I was, and this mind also from even from my friends, or if I interact with you guys, I'm a very keen observer, right? I can observe people and understand the psyche, and I can learn quickly. While I'm engaging with you, I will know how much are engaged, how much are not engaged. I can make that out. So I have that skill set of knowing and coming and talking to your language. And I have that built over a period of time. Today also in the company, I will talk with the CEO also in the way that he interacts with me. I can solve the junior most problems at the same time. And I told you, I kept my fear aside. So I'm not afraid even to talk to the Unilever CEO directly. So his name was Hindustan Unilever. Obviously, again, his accent I was facing problems because I was showing that I am understanding. And I really find it difficult to laugh at the jokes, but you have to manage somehow. Yeah. My workplace is Jyoti Laboratories. Actually, I should take, and I should tell where it is due. Look, guys, my journey is with few people who have actually helped me out. My college, Chandna ma'am was there. She referred to me to Ashok sir. Apparently, you know his Ashok sir is Chandna ma'am's husband. He was working in Jyoti. I was interning, and I started interning with him. And I had a lot of problems. Why? Because in college you sleep after college from 3:30 to 5 o'clock for continuous 5 years. Internship was at that time and you get reading. And I used to just keep washing my eyes. So I never prepared for that. I was telling that that was my first revelation and I never prepared for that. See, fifth year, you pass on and you're not preparing for life and you have to in law firm, you have to work 30-40 hours. That's the reality, even on Saturdays or Sundays some days. Right? The client is God, end of the day there. I remember that JSK Maja when I was doing it was first of April, COVID time. And I was having Amarchan and AZP team and I was talking to them on 4 o'clock and I was telling them I want this in 15 minutes. At 4 o'clock in the night. That was the ask. And they were responding. I'm their client. I was telling them I want it in 15 minutes. I was talking to my partner as if he's some small guy. Give me in 15 minutes. Yeah, that's how it works out. So the culture is like that. Either you can create that culture like that or you can make something out of it. Hindustan Unilever is also a company where I will talk about it. I've learned my things. Like I could have done things if I had this knowledge. I would have done many. I would have done more internship. I would have understood. I would have observed people. In our profession, if you observe lawyers, listen, you'll be able to figure out things. Today, your knowledge is available anywhere. But you need to have that mindset first that I have to do something out of it. And don't look at others. You should take your responsibility. College placements, you talk about it, it's good to have it. But carve out your own canvas, no? You draw your thing. That journey is going to make you a strong professional. Easy things you will never appreciate in life. It should come hard way. If it's come easy, don't take it. So, some of the life lessons, I thought it was a fun part I should keep for you guys. Three Idiots is a movie that I really love the most. I think really echoes our sentiments while you're studying. So I also when came, I used to feel life is a race. It's always a race and you have to really move ahead. Similarly, the other line, unity is less in our things. NLS guys are very much connected. Everything they will share. I feel that intellectually we are not sharing the collective knowledge that we have. So that's also the other thing, those अगर first आ जाए तो ज़्यादा दुख होता है, right? Similarly, you look at the other two things that movie have landed in the message. I really love that movie. Look at the humor. In that situation, the director, when the baby is about to be born and it's all gloomy, he's saying कि virus को बाहर निकाल दो. He's taking out the dean only. So that kind of humor is a situation which tells you in any situation you can find humor. And that movie gives you a very good lesson. It's always about to pick up the good parts, right? Similarly, he clearly says कि success के पीछे मत भागो. अभी you guys will say यार these dialogues I have heard. Something like this would be going in your mind. I clearly understand that you guys might be thinking in 1 hour session or lecture you will give and go out. Then everything comes back to normal. But it is not like that. I'll again take you guys back to this machine का definition. Machine क्या है? Either you can be Mr. Chatur Ramalingan, who can revise everything, give you like this definition. You might go somewhere. But if you really want to do something, you want to Mr. Funchal Banglu, who is his real name. So you need to know the basics, and that's why I was talking about basics of law. Law is very simple, guys. If you have this basic, law is reason. If something looks reasonable, if something happens, what it ought to be. So data privacy law I was talking about. Let me teach you in a minute what is data privacy law. For example, today you go to a company, says, I want to take your mobile number so that I can give you offers for my XYZ products. You gave your mobile number. Okay. So he took consent for what? Giving you the product. My baseline, my consent, if I am giving you consent, I would want you to keep my data safe. Yeah, security. If I want you to send messages only for that product which I have given it to, that's the obvious right that I have now, this coming obviously. And if I don't, I want you to stop, then you should stop. Right? What if that guy takes data for one purpose and sells it to some other company by taking no consent from you? That is something that you should be prohibited on. In drugs, your data privacy law is this. It was not. If you have this baseline, your data privacy is sorted. Today, this is the most, all the companies are looking for data privacy officers today. So, DPDP we call it. How many of you go read that? It is important. Be market aware. You know, market aware, so that you can market yourself well. I am from a marketing company, Hindustan Unilever, and I have learned marketing. That's why, always, I said, learn one subject less, but learn PowerPoint presentation. Such an important skill to have. Be tech aware. Tech aware. AZP, I was with AZP and they were having a tech session that called me. Because I lead the legal tech agenda for my organization also. When I'm looking at using AI and other stuff, where use cases can come. I'm working on a project where contract can be auto-generated. You have base draft. AI works on what? AI does not base knowledge. So contract generation can be automated. As a work, I never tell myself that I am into contracts. If I ask you guys what companies do, they will say contracting. I never say that I do contracting. My work is something more than that. Contract, anybody can check now. I really don't appreciate that. You have to show and market yourself well. What is? Why? Whenever you are targeting somebody, read about that person. Do your background and basics well. Take example of moot courts, right? Initially, moot courts used to be difficult. Why? Because we used to directly go and participate. If you have 2 or 3 mock rounds, your chances of succeeding is much more higher than others who have not done the mock rounds. That I realized when I was in the last year. So realization came late. You need to do those preparations first. That will have a lot of difference. Prepare well. You know about it. So this, case is won or not lose because it is on merit. You need to know the judges well. So wherever you are going, know about that person. Learn about that person first, and then accordingly craft out your answers. That's the important skill to have. Okay. I will move on to the boring part. If you guys have any questions so far, on the fun part I am okay to answer. Otherwise, I will take you guys to the boring part. And I have how I'm doing on time. So then I will take you guys to the slightly boring part and talk about what an in-house counsel does. And maybe I should ask you guys, what do you think? What work I am not doing? What an in-house legal team does, and does companies need this in-house team? What is their job? And anyways, I cannot practice because I'm on the rules of the company. So what do you think? Let's see how many of you guys are willing to face your fear and speak. What do you guys think? That's a difficult part. I used to sit on the first bench only. That was also my mindset of telling, I'll sit ahead. I will face whatever question comes in. So I always sat on the first bench. Never school, and that became a mindset for me. Build that mindset. Make mistakes. Start making mistakes. Ask rubbish questions. But in your mindset, you need to know what mistake you have done and analyze that. That's so important for you. Right? Anybody wants to attempt this? Let me see. Who's the one?
Check the legal compliance, the negotiations will take place between the parties. And as I said, contract vetting and drafting anybody to do, but that is also part of the job.
Absolutely part. I'm not kidding. Absolutely very good. Right. Correct. Anybody else? Anything you want to add?
Along with legal counsel, secretarial compliance is also. And if there are any IPR violations, then you have to check on that as well.
Absolutely correct. Anything else, right?
So due diligence, drafting for documents like
Yes, usually we do law firm. Don't in-house work when you don't take stress. You have money, you do it to law firm. Yes, the some part of it, yes. Obviously, you have, we are the bridge between us and the law firm. I need to know business very well. My business acumen should be supplemented by my legal. Both are there. You are right. Anything else? Sure. I will do show you guys. This is a slide that I have stolen from a presentation which I was making to our CEO in his election. So, just taking a snippet. So, look at the landscape, how it is changing, right? Do we have a water bottle here? I just want to give you an example. Look at this water bottle here. Okay. This is fast-moving consumer goods company like Unilever. Why? These are sold quickly and will consume quickly. These are FMCG. Right? Now, anybody of us has known why these things are written behind. Everybody only looks at MRP, expiry. Why other things are written? On this one simple bottle, how many things that could be passed to us before this goes into the market? Right? Nobody can launch a product without actually consulting us. So we are the gatekeepers of everything. So look at this product. All these declarations, you guys should question. If you are going through the FMCG company, first thing they'll ask you why you write this. Right? So look at the different things they have mentioned. Look at which laws are actually governing this. And I'm going to talk about which laws govern this, but try to preempt why these things are written. There has to be some logic, consumer welfare obviously, but then people also make claims. How some are able to make claims, why some are not? And if somebody in distillery would have seen so many lookalike bottles, then what can be done on that? That also comes to us, right? Tax, whether tax is paid correctly or not. Because in Jyoti when I joined, the first thing given was indirect taxation. I had no clue. But then a very small concept was given to me about value-added tax. How does a value-added tax? Only one example. That how much ever tax you pay, you sell it at a value, the other one, you deduct that and pay the remaining of tax. Only this concept was given to me. I figured out rest. I figured out general sales tax, which was before that, and I figured out the GST that came after that. So on my head I was clear. But GST is again some similar to that. And the general sales tax was that you only pay tax once. When you manufacture, you make a first sale, you pay this. So the concept became clear. I figured out the other two laws which were there prior and which came post. So because my baseline in that was very correct, I understood what the indirect tax does. So and then I read up files with the baseline. I got my understanding. When GST was coming, I was able to give suggestion. It will work like that. Before the tax team present, I was making presentations on that. I had figured that out. So figure out in any law you are reading, any subject, what is the base concept? Machine का definition always remind yourself. एक है फंक्शन कॉन्ट्रोल का definition और एक है चतुरामालिन का. Murder का definition वो हो रहा है और चतुरामालिन का definition. But आपके लिए what is the definition for you? You need to figure out. It's very simple. Reason not everything. A question if it is not making sense to you. I have mentioned several pieces of law. I'll just tell you how this in-house role has actually changed. We are operating. I have a team of the team I work in Unilever. It's a 60,000 crore company, and the branch I handle is a 20,000 crore branch under me. I have 117 litigation under me across 3 states, and I have 6 people reporting. Plus, we have the entire legal team is about 92 people. It is the size and the gravity of the businesses as such. And every decision I make is never relaxed. So the gravity of decision making is at that level. And the time given is very less because we are supposed to be the fastest one to respond. Right? So my thinking process, and thereby I really owe it to Unilever for bringing it up to that speed. Right? My thought process is like that I see a problem, I look for a solution immediately. And I know if my intent and integrity is right, because this organization values integrity a lot. I tell you, this is the only organization which has a policy wherein we never pay anybody a single penny of bribe. Never has happened. So even if a guy asks for 1 rupee, we'll take him to the Supreme Court. That authority I have. That has been given by my company. If your integrity is in the right place, and that guy knows today. If they come against Unilever, they will take us to the Supreme Court and they will not leave. So few of the TFA old matters, the food inspectors have retired. They are now just repenting why they did the past numbers. So that kind of support that organization gets, I have that liberty. Even for 5,000 rupees fine, I will never pay a fine if on merits and right. If I have done wrong, obviously I'll accept it. But if on right things we are right, then we are right. Nobody else. And that is the attitude. So one of the stories happened that in one of the checkposts, one of our truck drivers was stopped. And then the police guy asked him for a bribe. He said, "Sir, we are a code company. Code is our code of business principles." He said, "We are a code company. We can't pay you anything." Then the inspector was surprised. What is a code company? Then finally, some of us, our sales agent called and said, "Sir, we have a business policy. We never pay a right to anybody. We won't pay it." And he said, "Okay, go." So they understood now with Unilever nobody touches that because they know how the recipe are going to be. Obviously, because and people have the right intent. So always, if your integrity is at right place, you have nothing to worry in life. Right? Keep your integrity at right place. Be that warrior. And no matter what, tomorrow or today, we are also going to lead this country to our transformation. And all these things should manage. We should be the one to lead that mission. Right? I'll just come back. Sorry, I'll keep digressing because I feel that I've not acquired everything, but I go so I can tell you guys few of these things which you should keep with yourself. Now, look at the different things that we are doing today, right? A traditional legal role, you can see, as you were suggesting, contracting everything, we have totally moved to a non-conventional sort of a thing. Not only, we interpret particular regulation, our mindset is to actually make changes to that regulation. We want to ensure that firstly through industry association, for example, this DWC law was coming, we have given recommendation to the government to make changes in how it should be from an industry side. If you don't do that, government will bring absurd law and you will get caught. So you have to do that. So that is also part of their thing. So you guys build a mindset. Look which upcoming laws are coming. And with this law of reason, the reasoning, figure out how it should be. You guys should figure out. We have legal professionals with reasoning, figure out how it should be and give your comment. Have that mindset. That's a very important element of working today in India. And if you ever choose to work with a company, have that mindset. As I was telling you, we are shaping compliance is also a part of it. Now we are looking into digitalized compliance. So we have tech tools which enable you, send you details and automate compliances. Tomorrow, in coming 5 years, a lot of automation is going to happen. To learn about legal tech, firms are looking for legal tech experts. Know about AI, how in legal in Supreme Court and other places, what are the legal technologies being implemented. Today, e-courts is such a revolution. We never used to find out. E-courts you can get everything. You get all dates and all. Not a single lawyer can send me a wrong bill today that I have appeared on that because I can check it on e-courts. So just scan through the entire website. If you want to practice, that's your key. You can get order from there. So very important to be self-aware of the legal atmosphere or universe which is operating today. And that is something that you on your own will have to figure out. If somebody tells you, you will never learn it. Similarly, I think Rudy was, I told you, he was talking about M&A documents and all. First draft we sent it to the law firm because I have a lot other business things also to handle. And then I give my perspective on that. So a lot of things get outsourced also, where it invests obviously it's the mix where we partner with the firms on several things. This is a very different initiative that we do in Unilever. So legal has always been something that you will always incur cost for, right? We are also looking to bring business, try to generate business. So this GEM, it is a government e-marketplace, wherein all government bodies will start purchasing goods from here. So from legal, we were able to figure this out. And since we are very good with regulators and government bodies, we were able to engage in open this chain. Today, this is generating revenues to 150 CR annually. So now we are actively looking at, because more and more regulators they can engage, and they open up different channels where it can help teams in sales. That is open. Because as a legal guy, your acumen is different. Your reasoning ability and your ability sometimes be limited that I do only this work. This is about changing your paradigm and changing about thinking. So be that person that you should be saying either मुझे कल को if I have to do sales also I'll be able to do it. That should be your intellectual standpoint. Now, obviously, a digital process I told you. I think I am personally leading legal tech. I call it IT and simplification because I feel legal tech necessarily should bring simplification. I am working on knowledge management through AI, working on contract management, and working also on auto generation of agreements, letters, and everything. Because most of these are standardized, and if you have base data, then AI tools work today very well. And trust me, AI is going to grow. How many of you guys know about e-sign, Aadhaar-based e-sign? Aadhaar-based e-sign. What is it? Digital signature?
Yeah, it's
How does it work today? Digital signature?
so like if we have done this in ROC, like when you apply any form for ROC, you have to affix the DSC
How to
signature.
affix it?
So there's a pen drive that they provide.
So it is in pen drive. And so that is a recognized form of digital signature in India. So there are e-sign authentication rules in 2017-18 where Aadhaar-based e-sign was implemented. What is that? Now, why do you get DSC? So I again figured this out. So you get DSC. How do you get DSC? They do your KYC and then they give you the DSC. And you attach the DSC and your signature gets implemented with a certificate. Now, problem for online execution was no other form of signature is recognized in India. Then in 2017, I was working on a project on e-contracting and this thing came up. Then I read about Aadhaar. How does Aadhaar-based e-sign work? It is a same digital signature but an OTP-linked digital signature sent from UDI database, your Aadhaar database. And in between your NSDL and e-Mudras of the world who give you digital signature dongle are the e-sign service providers under this model. So, your signing platform, e-sign service provider, UDI database. When you have to sign, you enter your mobile number which is linked to your Aadhaar. That's the first criteria. You enter that mobile number and OTP gets triggered to UDI database to this e-sign service provider who then validates. KYC is done through Aadhaar and he sends an OTP linked digital signature on the platform. And your document gets signed, which is a valid form of digitally signed document today. And I implemented this in Unilever in 2017 and we won a global award of Legal Shark Tank because of this, because we were able to churn out 5,000 contracts within a month's time or so. So Aadhaar-based e-sign, and there are so many platforms providing today, which I work with. E-legality, Legal Sign Desk, e-Mudra has similar platform, and it's so convenient to execute agreements. Now the problem again remains in agreement. How do you pay stamp duty? Few of the states have online stamp, digital stamp paper. Everybody has a physical copy. So we figured out that what we do, we have the scanned copies. The end of the day, the objective is again back to the basics. Why do we need stamp duty? Why do we need to procure digital stamp papers? Because we need to pay stamp duty to the government. Government should get the revenue of that. So based that baseline, we used to purchase stamp papers even today, scan that, attach to the document, and then execute. So my purpose of paying stamp duty, tomorrow the government questions, I will be able to produce the stamp paper that I have created, right? So this was the concept. Now, eventually, 6 months time, what will happen? Government is now looking to digitalize all stamp papers. Then my entire contract journey becomes digital. So my plan is generate contracts online, execute online, store online, everything. There is no touch of physical paper. You go paperless. And that's the larger part of agenda that I am today working on. That's the journey running in my mind. You have to figure out, it's not hard to figure out, just keep reasoning out on things and finding solution. So learn about Aadhaar-based e-sign. This is something that is happening very separately. Now, consciously we also do a lot of litigation and settlement. We used to have a lot of distributor litigation. So then we started that you have to take a moral higher ground if you're a big company. So we took a moral higher ground. That any order, so we got ombudsman, a retired High Court judge as an ombudsman. We said that look, if whatever order the judge passes is going to be binding on me, if the distributor wants, he can ignore that judgment. With that moral high ground, we used to call the distributors. We were able to settle more than 200 cases like this. The cases used to be some 2,300. Now today it is some 540 approximately. So we have drastic. In a country like India, when you think of family closure, I have a litigation target that I am chasing. I need to reduce 15% litigation this year. And that happens. I used to think, what crazy thing is this? But since we are so much numerical and target oriented, if you give me a target, I will definitely try and do it. And we consciously start interacting with the lawyers accordingly, then you're able to deliver. For example, your mind starts working very differently. Food adulteration cases are a lot. These are, Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. Now, this was another draconian law which was very misutilized. In my first interaction when I started handling data, I had PFA cases of dated year 2000, 1999, which came back from Supreme Court for trial. Some person who again who the case is going, he is in Dubai. Somebody was in Bombay. I have to call them after 15 years and tell them you have to come. One of those persons came from Dubai and he was standing in the Trivandrum court. He prepared for the whole night in English and the proceedings happened in Malayalam. I just stood there and he came out. I said, what happened? I said, you pleaded guilty. So, these kind of things happen, but end of the day, these cases came back from Supreme Court and I thought it's a good opportunity. I figured that out when I was going to the paper that food litigation, there was a judgment that came. That what used to happen, he has to pick samples. Any product will have an expiry date. Okay. So under Food Adulteration Act, what was the task? They will pick up the samples, it will send it to a food analyst to see whether, we have time. So, food analysts, they used to pick up your sample, give you a Form 5A notice. That's all. It will give. If you are picking up sample, it will give you the price, they will give you the. Next, what should happen? Apply logic, will go for testing. Because he will not, if I have declared certain quality, it should meet every product has a standard prescribed. Today under FSSA Act, Food Standards and Safety Act. That's under Act there are so many regulations. For a moment I thought the class is over. So under FSSA Act, you will find all products. For example, ice creams. You will know how much of fat content is the table. So under FSSA is the main act 2006. Under that regulation, the Food Safety Authority comes up with regulations. Additive, enzymes. What are enzymes? Somebody asked me what is enzyme. Good question. Then I turned up to my boss that you are elder, please tell me. So technical things you cannot avoid, but obviously the lawyer then want you to know everything. In the act, such technical things are mentioned. But if I start thinking I will not know, then I will get a sorry. I act that I know. You need to be good at acting. As a lawyer, client comes assuring nothing is going to happen, but you know what is going to happen. So this case which I was in Pune, I came out to lawyer. I knew that I had got people as to bail him out as well as a warranty. As a surety, I had got them. I told him, just get out, don't worry about anything. I knew the judge, if the judge is crazy, he is going to go behind the bar. So those things have to act. I was acting confident, and our lawyer also was very different. He used to make hero entry. Hero entry that until unless he used to think he is very senior, he will sit in car only. And I still know he was in Calicut, Mr. Ashok. And there he never used to stay in 4-star hotel. There is no 5-star, so he used to travel 5 hours from Calicut, come there, Kotian, and do the editing, and that make hero entry. My heartbeat used to go up like anything. He's not entering, he's not entering. And my PDC is called down, then suddenly I'll see him make a hero entry and start advancing his argument. And obviously, so much of difference in his lawyers, no problem. We won that case. Then he got a bottle of whiskey and he was behind me. And I don't drink. And I was thinking, oh my God, what is the problem? Then I told him, I have to act smart. I told him, so there is a safety policy in our company that while you can work. Then he gave me bottle. You go, you drink in train. What is this? Then I dumped the shopping from the railway station. Yeah, so that was the thing. So those days, I repented to that time I was very stupid. So, but these kind of things happen. So I was on the food dock. So PFA was a very strange litigation. There were food analysts used to be a guy who used to make mathematical mistakes. If in a standard you do mathematical mistakes, because some of the friends I saw the math calculation is wrong. So he has to calculate equals 2, he calculates it as 6. And we used to ask the court to ask him to produce the calculation sheet as well. This sample they do, suppose if 12 months is the expiry, and I have a right to send it to a central laboratory. It's called a 32 right under the Food Adulteration Act. So he will give me a notice after 6 months, and report will come after 12 months. Product expired. Now tell me, how should I get it tested again? Although I don't trust the central laboratories also, it will again fail. So I realized my 3 cases are in that category. Supreme Court judgment had come up that it's a valuable right denied to you because if your report has been communicated after the expiry of the product, you lose your essential right to send it to Central Government. That was the ground. All those 3 matters were thrown out. One of the cases in Wayanad, I think Anandwadi, was very difficult because Captain Cook salt, the first free flowing salt had come, Captain Cook. So what happened? These guys in Wayanad picked up this sample, and it is added sodium silicate to make it free flow. So when they poured, there was a residue initially. So they tested the residue because it used to look like glass, in that they are adding glass and selling it. So I asked him, glass is so costly, even more costly, so why would I add glass? I'll add something else and I'll sell it. But they stopped the sale for that entire thing. Again it went to Supreme Court and came back. And that time of Britannia CEO was the nominee, Anand Ramachandran. Those are our bar from. Now we used to land in Calicut and then cross that mountain and reach. They figured out the other way. We'll go to Mysore, cross Nagarjuna forest and then go there. And they used to carry binoculars because they want to see sightseeing. I am scared for life. These guys are two windows are looking at for. And we used to call them. They suddenly company will come in. We said next time we'll stay here. I said, sir, not in policy. Do something. We just want to stay here in company for 2 more days. Very good. So we used to go there, Nagpur, and after that we used to reach and the judge never used to sit. So again come back from there. So those used to be, Jenny might remember them because I interacted really well and learned good lessons. I interacted with the lawyer who used to go, Mr. Karthik. Karthik was a good one in PFA. I picked up PFA from him. I interacted. My idea was always to learn. So I picked up food education. And after that, Food Standard Safety Act came. Because I had a base then here, I understood this factor. Not required, and I was handling this category. Red label, Red label natural care. We talk about advertisements, I'll show you guys. So we were talking about these. If you are targeting an FMCG, these are 3 regulations. Again, baseline, pick up a product. So this is the general law, legal methodology. MRP and everything comes from here. These 2 are special legislation. So which law prevails over what? Special, general, what is the thing?
Special law is prevail over the.
Absolutely. So this is the base understanding of how do you deal when there is a conflict between these 3 laws. Okay. Now Legal Metrology Act, package format. Now in law you will think they'll read from zero. I'll read the act first. We need to know what law is. Today data is available. You need to know where and what to look for. You don't need to read everything. Get out of that conception that I will read section, who is the authority. What I know in these laws, if a sample is picked up, what is the sampling procedure, who is the authority, where to go, I know what declaration to make, under what law comes, what are the standards, where does it come. I know only this much. And I can declare myself to be a good person at this, and I can teach lawyers also on this. And when I take matters, I am only talking about it. I had a dispatchment gate with Amul, I will tell you how did that go. So, food safety, legal metrology, drugs and cosmetics. Example, plain legal metrology product is detergent. Only comes under this. Detergent neither comes here, neither comes there. So, pick up a Rin bar or a Surf Excel bar or anything, read. That will give you this, that will teach you this. Everything comes from here, apart from trademarks and all. Most of the declarations come from here. Okay. Food Standard Safety Act will give you for this. You see nutritional content, other things, FSSAI license number, veg logo. In this it will not be, no, this is exempted. Some products are exempted. Look at a Maggi or some product, veg logo. Maggi prices was very bad that time, right? What happened? MSG, you know what has happened there? So much of nuisance happened. Why did that crisis happen? And we also suffered. We had Nor noodles. We had launched the Chinese range. We had to take back product from us also. We were to answer back why did that happen. What happened with Maggi? Maggi has your.
It was rumored that Maggi has a lot of lead content.
And Coke used to also have something like pesticide. Right? And who used to test it? The food analyst used to test it in some region. Pepsi's thing, how did it got solved is a technical thing. So under PFA, the food administration, Industrial Food Administration had picked up this Pepsi's thing, it has pesticide. But for testing, no standard was prescribed under that. So the testing they did, the Pepsi were able to argue in Supreme Court since no standard is prescribed, they cannot use any test. So after that, the DAHS method was notified under FSSA Act, and that's why Pepsi won that case because of the technical glitch which was not there in the Code Restriction Act. But end of the day, look, the testing quality is not so good. Let's be fair. The laboratories who test, so that is an awareness to have. If you're a lawyer, you either you interpret the law or you know the whole universe. You know the food testing laboratory does these things. How do you then oversmart, right? Preempt and do it. What do we do? The moment a sample is picked up, same batch number, control sample, I get it picked. I send it to a different independent central laboratory, get a test report. Today I do it anywhere sample happens. Get a positive test report. I always get that. So I do a shadow sampling, get it tested. The moment he sends me note, I send him that test report from my accredited laboratory. His case gets closed there only. Sometimes the sampling they pick up, right? It's a punch number. And this goes to seven. They pick up a sample, they don't mention the batch number. They are supposed to divide it into 4 parts for an ice cream. Suppose an ice cream cube is there. If they have not mentioned that, then procedure is not followed. Is closed. We have been able to close matters like this because you know this guy is not coming with clean hands. So these are the technical things that you learn with experience. Drugs and Cosmetic Acts, very important. Prosin, anything. Under that also several things are there which you learn. Cosmetics, lactic. Now some of the, I used to get a claim nail polish, you see, smaller one. No MRP, nothing to be mentioned. Why? Because those products of a certain quantity or value are exempted under the Act. Thereby, legal methodology, if you have anything below 10 gram or something, will be exempted. But people declare coffees and all you will see. Those are exempted. So the exemption, why exemption is there? Because where they will declare it's too small. That's the reason there. So always reason out things, why it should happen. Similarly, sometimes we make mistakes in packaging, we print wrong name, then what is the provision? Act provides for that also. They approve that product, take exemption that this many packaging materials will be wasted. Please give us exemption. For that also we engage and we get that. So that it saves that much of cost for the company. Again, it is coming out of reason, which there should not be a wasted for a genuine mistake. Okay. I will not spend time here, I will take you to guys do something. If you guys want to ask something, you can ask on this. So, first to pick up here is pick up products, have practical example. Pick up a food product, go to this act, just find out whatever is mentioned from where from the act is coming. Your act is done. If you go to any company for interview or something, this is the preparation you should do and read few judgments on these. That's it, that will give you a complete clarity. Legal methodology is a very interesting case before you see. It happened in Karnataka High Court only. There was an ad now, Pikaji ki patloon 5 kilam choti kar do. Remember that ad?
Yeah, 5-star.
Yeah, but a very good ad.
5-star.
So one legal methodology, and Karnataka is known for high legal methodology sort of cases. So here, this is the red mark territory. Any packaging violation will never come to here because they pick up everything. They pick up online also. So this ad they picked up because Legal Methodology Act says that any declaration should be standard, Indian standards only, kg, liter, like that. Bilang is a non-standard unit. And they filed a case and prosecution is of whom? All the directors. So the Karnataka High Court very clearly said, look, the act is in relation to the product. The advertisement is a creative depiction of a scenario not associated with the product, which is being sold. Here it was talking about pant. And the product that they were selling is something else. Right? That differentiation, again, reasoning. And they got the order. That is also a very good order that I always like to quote. You should try and find that order. Okay. This is one interesting part which you guys have not seen this. We are very aggressive. Unilever is very, we take a lot of pride. And now you will tell what a legal guy will do in this. Again, I will tell you, brands, marketing guys can't do until unless I am convinced. Any ad, I need to be convinced first, then only can go in market. Sometimes I got wrongly convinced also, and I tell you that you remember that overall Kumbh Mela wala crisis in Red Label. I was the legal guy that time. It was depicted in some other manner. Apparently, Surf Excel took a lot of load, and the people who were making it, were all, in a mindset. One wrong tweet about a conception led to all that crisis. And then we had to speak in crisis management, you prepare holding statement, to manage, to look after the handle, that also legal, in a crisis management, our job. Now look at this, these acts. If there is an advertising standard council, earlier it's a body where what used to happen initially before this council was not there. People used to just file suits, right? Never used to settle, never used to meet, and the response time was not good. So this non-governmental body came in, then people's promoted became self-regulatory body. People, all the companies joined, for example, P&G, Unilever, anybody. And there was a code, how do you do marketing? If you're making a claim, you guys have seen, these disclaimers very small. Why they are coming? In the ASCII code, there is now with the Consumer Protection Act, there is a CCPA. It mandates have punishments up to 10 lakhs for misleading advertising. You read that act, that's important. So under that, ASCII has been recognized for evaluating. If I say my brand X does this, why this, I need to give the reasoning. There has to be science behind it. Red label natural care, I'll show you a few ads for red label. Let me make it interesting. Let's analyze from a marketing lens. How would you, and tell me how would you as a legal guy analyze this ad? Volume clause. This is something which I used in a case. Look at this.
फर्क सिर्फ इम्यूनिटी का है। प्रोटॉन रेड लेबल नेचुरल केयर चाय में है 5 आयुर्वेदिक तत्व, इसे रोजाना पीने से आप रहे अंदर से स्ट्रांग। ये साबित हो चुका है।
Okay. Tell me, is it okay to make this clear? If you were the legal guy analyzing it, what are questions you're going to ask? Tell me. Apply rule of reason.
How is beverage related to?
Valid question. How is beverage related to person not feeling cold? Anything else? And how would that go one step ahead? How would that testing happen? How would you conduct? If you are a legal guy, you're a legal person, how would you say what kind of test methods you will say is okay? It has to be tested on humans first. Yeah? Some person has to drink it. His immunity level has to be checked over a period of time. Report has to be certified by a credible agency, and that all things marketing should give you. You should be convinced. Now, obviously, this ad was misleading. Why? It's too much. If you drink tea, you will not feel cold. It's too much. And usually, people who are in a domain of coffee. Coffee is something that you do. For example, you jump here, you landed on moon. Something like that. So this was actually, we had modified it. We are a responsible company. We had modified it. Look at the other ad also which is there. Possibly then I will tell you to use there.
फर्क सिर्फ इम्यूनिटी का है। प्रोटॉन रेड लेबल नेचुरल केयर चाय में है 5 आयुर्वेदिक तत्व, इसे रोजाना पीने से आप रहे अंदर से स्ट्रांग। ये साबित हो चुका है।
Again?
Misleading.
Yeah, that's this was in 2008, 2009. This is the last ad actually. Okay? Not telling you this.
चाय पीकर तैयार हो जाओ।
तैयार?
भूल गए ना, माँ के पास जाना है। चलो चलो उठो। चलो 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 पानी क्या जा रहा है? क्यों?
थोड़ा सा बुखार है शायद। नेक्स्ट वीक चलते।
104? चाय थोड़ी और गर्म होती तो 108 होता नहीं? अब बीमारी का बहाना नहीं चलेगा। रेड लेबल नेचुरल केयर चाय में है तुलसी और अश्वगंधा जैसे 5 आयुर्वेदिक तत्व जो आपको रखे अंदर से स्ट्रांग।
This is a claim now. Under system.
So this
What makes you under system?
is not misleading. It is saying tulsi or
It's a
ashwagandha.
journey. So you make few misleading ads. you realized you change your placement. What was the science behind it? So again, as a legal guy, can I say I will not know what R&D is doing? I will not learn about science? No. I read through the report, okay? And when I was actually in 2016, 2017, I took up as a legal counsel, read the file. So there is a report. All the claims in natural care are made on this one. So both from written statement from Ayurvedic experts about the value of these herbs. Ayurvedic experts' suggestions are held valid in India. Overall herbs, and we know we are known for that. There was a test done with 765 consumers about how good drinking tea with these ingredients in certain quantity is going to increase your NK cells. So I was wondering what is NK cell? Our immunity is determined by natural killer cells. So the activity they were monitoring for these over a period of time saw that by those who were having normal tea or no tea, in comparison to people who had it, their NK cell activity was higher. Higher NK cell activity is directly linked to your immunity, therefore more immunity. If your immunity increases, then you can say, I am stronger from within, right? And these Ayurvedic herbs, it always says, these herbs helps you. It's never saying that it will absolutely do it. So what's changing it? It said it may. These herbs are known to give you these benefits. And my test results have shown that it will increase your immunity. So next time look after a red label natural care pack, pick up and eat. Here I think 3 roses might be sold, so check. He also you have to understand, taste palettes are different. Right? As a guy, I need to know the product also. In downstairs here, 3 roses must be, it's a powder dust form. Because obviously you like slightly stronger tea. Up north, it's a more danedar, which is a larger piece. Because they like that taste. Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to the presentation. Any questions here?
So still like 760 people is a small space, sample space to play. So how does it get approved?
What should be the sample space that you tell me in India?
They're like, we have a billion.
And how would 765 people's health be different to if some of these questions were asked? And this is the reasoning to be given. Firstly, there is no law prescribing how many people should test. Secondly, we were able to show that human health across in India, at least in Indian conditions, will remain safe, and the test done by these people will be a good subset for the entire population. One of the ads that I want to give you guys, this is one of my legal dentist famous ads. So they were coming with some other competitor were coming with hoardings. It's a mystery shampoo. They were kept hoardings everywhere. So when it came to him, he suggested that put a banner below. There is no mystery. This is the #1 shampoo. Their entire ad campaign was thrown out. So there also, these kind of advisories usually, as a legal person, would be required to look into and support. So interesting one, disparagement law. Anybody knows about disparagement? Okay, tell me, what is frozen dessert? Both are. What is frozen dessert? Both look like ice cream,
So
What is frozen dessert?
It is made up of palm oil and vegetable oil they use it to make.
No, vegetable oil, yes. Some people use palm oil on the chocolate part. Okay, again, which law? If you have to see which is the law, you will look into this first. Standards have to be somewhere for both. Where the standard should be? FSS, Food Standards and Safety Act. उनके additive regulation है, food and safety additive regulation. Okay, under that there is a standard prescribed for ice cream. Same chapter standard prescribed for frozen dessert. What is the difference? So, in this ad, what was being portrayed basically is that this is made of milk and this does not have milk. Indian mindset is milk is good. Yes. If it does not have milk, it has oil, then only made of oil. How can you make a milky substance without oil? Without milk? If you look at the depiction, how badly it is being depicted. So it's looking like people are eating only oil. No. The Act prescribes a standard. Ice creams are the fact that all the products, both of these are ice creams only globally. In India, there is a differentiation. Frozen desserts and ice creams are same category. The fat content in ice creams come from milk solids, milk part. Both have milk solids. The fat content here comes from edible vegetable oil. Does not have a better health rating, zero trans fat. It has trans fat which is harmful. But still, because Indian mindset that something is good. So this case was filed. Read this order by Justice Kathawala. It came around in 2015. It's the landmark judgment or single bench judge order with a divisional bench diluted it to some extent. Landmark judgment you have to learn about disparagement law. I can say that my product is good. I cannot tell that your product is bad. And truth is a defense to defamation. Disparagement is nothing that you're defaming the other product. So you have to credibly state that whatever you're stating is true, which in this case was untrue because you're hidden material facts. Justice Kathawala beautifully narrates this in his judgment. Find this judgment, Gujarat Consumer Products Company versus Hindustan Unilever Limited. If anybody wants to learn about disparagement, that is the landmark case to read. Any questions on disparagement if you want to, or otherwise I will just show you this. This was actually an ad. Products were displayed for the first time. What is the baseline? How can you, if I am showing some product, what is the difference I can take?
You cannot actually put the name of the product.
I have quoted the name. This ran for some time. We had to sign a settlement after that. And for good amount of time. How can you defend the defamation? What is the baseline that you like? What is the defense for defamation? What is it? What happened? When got a testing done, there is triclosan which is used, which is essentially preventing your tooth decay. This product was delivered 130% more than this product. Overall, if it is 100, this was 130 in the results. And this was actually sustained. We were able to run this ad, but eventually it ran its life. They obviously didn't want us to, which I also in fairness should not. We didn't do this ad. It has run its life, but yeah, a settlement was signed and the matter was closed. These things happen like that. Anything you want to add on any ad that you see in the COE ad, Rin and every soap. Anybody has seen the COE ad where pH value was compared, all the soaps? You can see COE ad. Either or good. So essentially you're saying if you have pH value 5, my soap is better than everybody. Because others have pH value of 7, detergent plant has pH value of 10. So therefore it is better. The essential question to ask is pH value only different? Because water has pH value of 7. Means water is harmful? You should not take Arabic water. So this is how that you have to outsmart the other person to come up with claim. And that is where our again, reasoning has to be strong. So I am here on these two things. I gave you guys example how does data privacy and competition law is also very important for you guys to learn. Now, again, let's learn these laws by rule of reason. Data privacy, I gave you guys reason. Somebody is taking data, what all things should happen. If I am giving somebody data for some purpose, some person needs to only use it for that purpose, store it, and if I tell it to delete, then he should delete it. And use it only for that purpose. And if he is not doing that, then the authority is being created. They are going to put penalties and again file those complaints. And for managing that, today all companies need data privacy officer or consent manager. New scheme of work has come. CAs used to be a thing. DPOs are also. They are called data privacy officer. All lawyers have to be hired. So it's a very niche area. Be a champion in this. Learn this. It's only basic concept you need to have and reason out. How will you structure out your company's data governance will come to a legal law, right? For that you don't need to have SMO, it's a new law coming. Everybody is starting from zero, right? So take advantage. Always be competitive, outsmart your competition by doing things differently which he is not able to do. You prepare for it. You psych out, you target an opportunity and you prepare well for it. So this is an opportunity for you guys. Competition law, again, not many people understand. Many judgments came in competition. In India, so globally, competition commission uses a lot of benefits. Your 2% of your annual turnover, 3 years annual average turnover, which is a huge amount. If you look at DLF cases and all, although it did not materialize eventually, automobile and other Maruti, Suzuki and other cases that happened, then crores of penalty has been imposed. Now, look, recently I think look at what's penalty imposed in Google also. Now, basic law, it would also, if you're dominant, the tendency is to create monopoly. Don't allow smaller players to come in. This is to prepare this is to ensure that common things are there for smaller players, so that the market leader does not do things which will drive out the smaller players. You want competition to come. Again, what is the purpose of this law? Is it the purpose of this law to promote competition? Why this law is there is you need to ask yourself. This law is, if there is more competition, then more options for the consumer. Consumer interest should be your baseline when you read this law, right? So if a competition, more competition, more lower prices, more competition, more opportunity for the consumer. So the act is tuned so that more and more people sell, and market should operate freely. If this guy drives out the competition, then this guy can determine price and charge you premium. You know this oil corporation you can see, no? They are like that one, they can charge any price to it. Nobody can object them. But the act is there to ensure there is a common field. That's the baseline. And this is competition law. Agreed on this. In this cartelization is also, what is cartelization? Two competitors will engage, we say we sell at this price only. Two cement companies will engage, we sell this price only for tomorrow. So it's a cartelization, market share is not important. If you can prove that a person has actually, two competitors have actually met and are driving market prices like that, it's a clear case made out. So only two concepts. Abuse of dominance, which has an impact on the market, so proving adversarial impact on market is different, and cartels. Section 3 and Section 4, that's the only thing we do. Rest is for you to, tomorrow issue happens, just you can pick which one to do. So that is competition. Any questions on competition or DWC? So this is it. Law is very simple. If you guys complicate it, complicate. You need not know 100 sections. You know what to look when, but you need to know base sections. Okay, the base section is Section 3, Section 4. That's it. Then you can call yourself competition law expert. It is as simple. Don't complicate law ever. Again, deal with what? Indirect taxes. What is indirect tax? Nobody knows. When I joined the first thing given was indirect taxation. I had no clue about indirect taxation. Very simply, there used to be so many: VAT, customs, excise, service tax. 4. All were subject to GST. Everything will get GST. VAT was what? If you sell, you pay VAT. Value added tax. Service, if you provide service, service tax. Custom duty, import something, custom duty. Excise duty, if you manufacture something, excise duty. All 3 different departments, there used to be litigation across India, and I used to figure out. While figuring out, I understood the law. Because baseline, I just understood that, and I was able to figure out how it will operate. Then there's all the GST came in. GST again you want to see SGST, CGST. CGST is what? Goes to the central government. SGST is state. Okay? Again it has come from these concepts only. Base concept is that if you make a sale, you collect tax, value add, whatever value addition. I am a manufacturer and I will give you the base definition. Just keep this in mind when you read indirect tax. I am a manufacturer, I manufacture a product, I sell it at 100 rupees. MRP is printed, everything is happening below MRP. MRP is constant. MRP, for example, is 200. As I have to give margin, so I sell it at 100. On that I charge 10 rupees tax. I have SGST, I have CGST. I sell it. I collect that, I charge 110 from the person, distributor who is buying from me. I collect 100, so but 10 rupees I have to give it to the government. Now distributor has paid 10 rupees. Distributor sells it at 150 and he pays 20 rupees. He finally adding in tax, it's coming at 170. He is collecting 20 rupees from the consumer or a retailer. So he has already paid 10 rupees. What he is going to do, in that 20 rupees now, he is going to take input credit has already paid 10 rupees tax on that, he's going to deduct from that 20 rupees tax that 10 rupees and pay only 10 rupees to the government. It is called a concept of input tax credit. That's the only concept in indirect tax that you need to be clear. How does the input credit work? If you understand this should be your baseline and indirect tax will be sorted. You read with this baseline. Everything will be revolving. Or there will be classification. Right? If the rate of tax is 9%, obviously I will want to select it 4% the lower tax. They will say, no, it is at 9%. So then you classify. There are tariff entries, HSN codes. There are custom manuals, similarly manuals where these products are classified. For example, detergents will be classified 1, clothes and all will be 1. Or automobiles, luxury automobiles 28%. So these are the classification things which will come naturally to you as a reason. But the baseline is indirect. This is your indirect taxation. Keep your baseline. So whenever you're reading, just keep this thing in mind. Okay? And any questions you guys want to ask? Is it being clear? You're getting bored? Too much of knowledge? Don't worry, it happens. My concentration is there only 1 hour. If you guys are doing to do more, then it's good. After that, I'm not listening anything. I act well. Keep nodding. And if you are in the first bench, it gives you advantage. Look at this. This is something new. These are all fake goods that we have seized in the recent action. You guys know so many fakes are there in market. If you are a legal counsel, how can you take action? What is the law that will enable me to seize these goods? Look at this one. This is para food, perfect, so whatever not. Red label, some RP, everything. Everything is being followed. Whatever says is being followed also. So normal consumers will never be able to figure out. Right? What do? We call it brand protection. That is my key part of the role also. Right? I will have to protect the brand so that consumers don't get it. Baseline is consumers, if consumers feel that product is not good quality, they will not buy. In a sense, this is eroding my brand. So, whatever I do, as a lawyer, you guys will have these options available to you. These are civil actions usually is taken that wherever a registered office is, for example, Bombay, I'll approach Bombay High Court. For trademark jurisdiction, they have a IP jurisdiction. You approach your original court. I take for either for violation of trademark, copyright, right, or a passing of action. Passing of action again comes under trademark only. Just mention it separately. Customs in under many of the goods today are being manufactured in China and sent to India. So my products, it's mentioned imported from China but made in India. That is not possible. When custom points we engage, we seize goods at custom points also. Criminal again, trademark can approach police directly and you can take action, but it takes a lot of information, may or may not be kept safe. So hence, we usually prefer this. Cease and desist, you know this person has established business. You just give him a notice and he stops using that brand. These are the modes that we use to do actions. And the way is, actively agencies are there in the market. They look where these are manufactured. A report is prepared. We approach the court and we take orders, ex parte orders. Why do we take ex parte orders here? If you inform them, then you move this one. So court knows that we take ex parte orders. Recently we have started taking Shri Ashok Kumar, you know, John Doe orders, you guys are aware? John Doe orders are taken again because if I go to market, I mention this person, but this person is also selling counterfeit then. This name is not mentioned in this book. I will not be able, police will not seize. Then we take John Doe orders. The orders enables you to take action on the other guy as well. Right? Unknown person. If there is action against unknown person. Read that thing about Ashok Kumar order or John Doe order in India. Important concept. So then we take that order, we get court commissioners, we right away go on that day to the police station, nearest police station, take police protection, go and raid the premises, seize the stocks and take it in our custody. It happens, you have seen CIT Daya Darwaza Road, it happens almost like that. This is recent action. This has just happened last week. Why? Because these are high selling SKUs. Sells more, easy, no? You can just print it. Look at the machine. No? Cosmetics also is a different story. Cosmetics, when you get at a cheaper rate, that is being manufactured in China. You will never be able to differentiate. How they are able to do the same things. Any questions on this? How would you identify? How would you do? We are planning to get some participants. Look, technology is so fun. You do something, they will be able to implement it. Constantly have to take actions, keep adding packaging solutions. But problem with this is consumers are, they will tell them counterfeit is a color, they will stop buying. They will go to some other product, which again counterfeit will be their product. So hence this is not a problem. That's the baseline. We have to be smart in whenever you suggest business. Final slide for me. Slide for me, just to tell about this merger acquisition. And this was one of my three. I have been part of three mergers. We had acquired Complex and Boost, one of the largest transactions on DSP, and I was part of this. I along with my boss was there. We had led this entire acquisition. M&A don't go by so much of concepts. Basically, you have a target party. Either you two common ways are share acquisition, you purchase shares of the company which was this, and company got amalgamated, the eventual company remained. And the other one is you purchase the brand. So we had also acquired Alumni, which was in Delhi. I had come to Delhi and we had acquired that also. But these things tell you end-to-end because you learn about compliances, you learn everything. You work very closely with law firms, right? And try and understand, do a proper thorough due diligence. You bring your expertise, work with law firms, try to get more information through a successful transaction. But what things you have to manage? All litigations, names have to be good. If it was an amalgamation, then their name is to replace the mine. Licenses have to run time. I want business to run continuously. Or trademark should be assigned to me. All those work streams come within legal. The final deal transaction, everything has to be signed off on. So our role then in group passes there. Again, we pay our legal role. So these are the small snapshots which I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it has made sense to you guys. I have tried to keep it basic. If your basics are clear, nothing is different, and be self-aware about things. I think the rest is big. I think rest you guys will do well. A lot of opportunities. Right? When you pass out, give yourself another 2 years. Remember one last thing. Everybody has their timeline and time zone. Somebody does immediately, somebody's take time. Does not mean that your life is not good. Stay happy, calm, and composed. You live your timeline and stay positive about things. You are living your journey. Today also somebody is doing much more better than me. Right? Does not mean I will stay unhappy. I'm very clear about it. I was looking at this Ambani's wedding, think how many people might be living there out there. Every time somebody is there, right, you do better. Take inspiration from people, learn, and just stay positive and happy. Find out what your, for example, for me, my cricket is my thing that I do. Find out your cut-off timelines and you are there whenever you are experiencing. So with that, thank you so much, guys.